What if I told you that most TOEFL students are not losing points because of vocabulary, but because they are reading incorrectly? Neither slowly nor weakly but incorrectly. They think reading is about understanding every word. It's not. It is about controlling the architecture of the passage before the passage controls you. You do not fail the TOEFL reading section because the text is difficult. You fail because you read it like a story, when the exam expects you to read it like an argument. You chase sentences, underline adjectives. You memorize rare words, and you are collecting vocabulary while the exam tests structure. The TOEFL reading section is not a language test. It is an academic performance task. It rewards students who can identify the central claim quickly, recognize how paragraphs are organized, separate evidence from mechanism, detect debate, and eliminate answers without proof. If you cannot map the structure in 3 minutes, you are not reading, you are reacting. I am Sloan. And this is Trinity English Scholar. Here, we do not read passively. We read architecturally. We do not guess, we verify. We do not collect words, we control arguments. In this chapter, I will show you exactly what the reading section tests, how question language predicts strategy, how to map any academic passage in under 3 minutes, and how to eliminate traps with surgical precision. By the end of this session, you will stop hoping your answer is correct and start proving it. If you are serious about scoring 110+ on the TOEFL, like this session, subscribe to Trinity English Scholar and turn on notifications. Because this is not test prep. This is cognitive control. And we are just getting started. Let us begin with reading architecture. Let me correct a belief that is quietly destroying your reading score. Reading is not translation. If you are trying to understand every word, you are already losing. Most students believe that the reading section tests vocabulary depth. It does not. They believe it rewards memory. It does not. They believe they must understand everything. That belief is the trap. The TOEFL reading section is not testing how much English you know. It is testing how well you recognize structure under time pressure. The exam rewards 4 things. 1. Can you locate the central claim quickly? 2. Can you recognize how the argument is organized? 3. Can you distinguish main ideas from supporting detail? And 4. Can you answer using only textual proof? That is the architecture, and not vocabulary, not background knowledge, not emotional comprehension. Reading on this exam is an academic performance task. You are being evaluated the way a university professor evaluates a student, not for understanding the story, but for recognizing how an argument is constructed. Every passage is an argument, even scientific ones, even historical ones, even descriptive ones. If you read it like a narrative, you will drown in detail. If you read it like architecture, you will control it. Instead of asking, what does this paragraph mean, ask, what job does this paragraph perform? Is it A. background? Old theory? New evidence? Mechanism? Counterargument? Debate? That shift changes everything. Translation reading creates 3 fatal problems. 1. You move too slowly. 2. You forget earlier structure. And 3. You become vulnerable to true but irrelevant traps. The test designers know this. They design distractors that reward shallow reading. If you cannot control structure, you cannot eliminate traps. Here is the correction: you do not read to understand sentences. You read to build a map. After each paragraph, label it in 3 to 7 words, not summary but function. For example, is it an old view plus puzzle, or evidence against, or mechanism explained, or debate remains. Now you have control, now the passage has a skeleton, now you are no longer reacting to words, you are navigating architecture. The reading section does not reward effort. It rewards structural precision. If you are translating, you are reacting. If you are mapping, you are governing. And governance, not comprehension, produces a 120 level score. Reading is not about knowing more English. It is about seeing the argument before the details bury you. We move to structure next. You believe the reading section is unpredictable, it is not. You believe each question requires a different kind of intelligence, it does not. The reading section is built from a fixed inventory of question types. If you learn the patterns, you remove uncertainty. And when uncertainty disappears, speed increases. The first mistake students make, they read the passage first, then they read the question, then they panic. Because they are trying to figure out what the question wants. You should never be figuring out the question. You should be recognizing it. Recognition is faster than thinking. Recognition is mechanical. Recognition is controllable. There are only a limited number of question families. 1 main idea. 2 purpose. 3 paragraph function. 4 detail. 5 negative detail. 6 inference. 7 vocabulary in context. 8 reference. 9 rhetorical function. 10 sentence insertion. And 11 summary. That is the system. Every question you will ever see belongs to one of these categories. There are no surprises. Only repetition. Why this matters? Each question type demands a specific strategy. Main idea questions require full passage coverage. Detail questions require line-level proof. Inference questions require controlled extension, not imagination. Vocabulary questions require contextual substitution. Sentence insertion questions require logical continuity. If you misidentify the type, you apply the wrong strategy, and when the strategy is wrong, the answer feels unclear. It is not unclear. You are simply using the wrong tool, pattern recognition. When you see what is the passage mainly about, that is not a reading question. It is a coverage question. The correct answer must include every paragraph. If it ignores the debate section, eliminate. If it focuses only on one example, eliminate. Coverage must be complete. When you see, according to the passage, that is not interpretation. That is retrieval. The answer must be stated or nearly stated in the text. If you cannot underline it, eliminate it. Proof controls detail questions. When you see the word "this" refers to, that is not vocabulary, that is anchoring. Pronouns require clear antecedents. If the grammar breaks when substituted, eliminate. When you see, which of the following is not mentioned, that is a scanning test. 3 options will be directly supported. 1 will be absent. Absence is not weakness, it is the answer. Here is the structural upgrade, do not ask. What is the answer? Ask instead. What type of question is this? The moment you identify the type, you know where to go. Full passage, specific paragraph, exact line, structural map, you move with purpose, not confusion. When students believe a test is unpredictable, anxiety rises. When you see that the system is repetitive, anxiety drops. You are no longer fighting randomness. You are executing procedure. Procedure produces consistency. Consistency produces high scores. The reading section is not testing creativity. It is testing controlled pattern recognition. When you stop reading emotionally and start identifying question families, the exam becomes mechanical. And mechanical systems can be mastered. In the next scene, we apply this recognition to a full passage using the 3-phase control method. We move from pattern to execution. You now understand 2 things. Reading is architecture. Questions are predictable patterns. But knowledge without procedure is useless. You need execution. Today, we install the control system. The three-phase method. There are only 3 phases. Not 10, not 12, only 3. Phase 1, structural read. Phase 2, question-driven return, and Phase 3, proof check. If you follow this sequence, you remove chaos. Phase 1, structural read, it should take you 2 to 3 minutes. You are not reading for details, you are reading for function. After each paragraph, write 3 to 7 words label. Not summary. 4. Example, paragraph 1 is old view plus puzzle, paragraph 2 is new evidence, paragraph 3 is mechanism, and paragraph 4 is debate. That is your map. Without a map, every question feels random. With a map, every question has an address. What most students do wrong is they underline everything. They circle vocabulary, they try to remember facts. This creates cognitive overload. You do not need to memorize. You need location. In Phase 2, which is question-driven return, the question sends you back. You do not reread the whole passage. You jump to the labeled paragraph. If it's main idea, check coverage of all labels. If it's detail, then go to the exact paragraph. If it's inference, read the 2 sentences around the line. The passage becomes searchable. You stop wandering, you move with precision. This is the key distinction. Amateurs reread, but scholars navigate. The map eliminates wasted time. In Phase 3, which is proof check, high scorers separate themselves from average ones. Before selecting an answer, they ask, "Where is the proof?" If they cannot point to the sentence, they eliminate the option, even if it sounds academic, even if it feels intelligent. No proof means no selection. The test is designed with elegant traps. True but irrelevant such as reversal, too narrow, overgeneralization, proof destroys all of them. Why this system works? Because Phase 1 builds structure, Phase 2 directs attention, Phase 3 eliminates illusion. Together, they create control. Without this sequence, students operate emotionally. With this sequence, you operate mechanically. And mechanical processes outperform emotional reading. Let's see this through a live micro-application. Imagine a passage with 4 paragraphs. Paragraph 1, Old Theory. Paragraph 2, New Evidence. Paragraph 3, Proposed Mechanism. And Paragraph 4, Ongoing Debate. Now the question asks, what is the passage mainly about? You check. Does the option include old view? Does it include evidence? Does it include mechanism? Does it include debate? If it ignores one block, eliminate. That is Phase 2 plus Phase 3 working together. The reading section is not testing how smart you are. It is testing whether you can follow a procedure under time pressure. The 3-phase method converts uncertainty into sequence. Sequence produces calm. Calm produces accuracy. Accuracy produces 120-level performance. In the next scene, we apply this method to a full academic passage. You will see how structure defeats density. We move from method to mastery. This is where most students collapse. Not because the passage is difficult. Because it looks dense. Density creates intimidation. But intimidation disappears when structure appears. Today, we apply Phase 1 live. Step 1, do not read for detail. You are not decoding every sentence. You are scanning for purpose. Watch carefully. Paragraph 1, we read. Old researchers believed sleep was passive. Limited technology supported this belief. But there is a puzzle, performance improves after sleep. What is the job of the paragraph? It is old view plus limitation plus puzzle. Write that. 3 to 7 words. That is all. Paragraph 2. Now we read the next block. New brain monitoring techniques. Neural activity resembles learning patterns. Improved recall after sleep. What is the job of this paragraph? New evidence against old view. Write it. Notice something. We are not memorizing facts. We are assigning function. Paragraph 3. Now the mechanism appears. Sleep strengthens important connections and weakens irrelevant ones. Reduces interference. Integrates memory. What is the job this paragraph performs? Proposed mechanism. Label it. Paragraph 4. Now the tone shifts. Mechanisms remain debated. Sleep stages differ. Chemistry may play a role. Task types may vary. What is the job of this paragraph? Ongoing debate plus variables. Write it. Now step back. What we just built. Paragraph 1 is about old view plus puzzle. Paragraph 2 has new evidence. Paragraph 3 is about mechanism. Paragraph 4 is debate. That is the skeleton. The passage is no longer 700 words. It is 4 blocks. 4 functions. 4 predictable movements. What weak readers do, they underline, they highlight definitions, they reread complex sentences, they attempt to fully understand. Understanding is not the first objective. Control is. Why structural labeling changes everything. Now imagine the question, what is the passage mainly about? You no longer guess. You check coverage. Does the option include the shift from old view to new evidence? Does it include the mechanism? Does it acknowledge the debate? If not, then eliminate. The map protects you from narrow answers. If the question asks, what is the role of paragraph 2? You already know. It introduces evidence against the passive perspective. No rereading necessary. If the question asks, what can be inferred about the passive view? You return to P1. 2 sentences. Proof located. Answer selected. The power shifts. Structure removes fear. When you see architecture, density becomes irrelevant. Every academic passage follows a pattern: old idea, new challenge. Mechanism or explanation. Limitations or debate. Recognize the rhythm. The exam repeats it endlessly. The highest scoring readers are not faster. They are more structural. When you label before you analyze, you gain leverage over the text. And leverage turns 700 words into 4 decisions. In the next scene, we move from labeling to eliminating traps. Because understanding structure is only half of mastery. Now we sharpen elimination. You have the map, you can identify question types. You can label structure. Now we eliminate the real enemy, the trap. The TOEFL does not defeat students with difficulty. It defeats them with plausibility. The 4 trap families. Every wrong answer belongs to one of 4 predictable families. True but irrelevant, reversal, too narrow or too broad. Unsupported inference. Once you recognize these patterns, elimination becomes mechanical. Trap 1, true but irrelevant. This is the most common. The answer sounds academic. It may even be factually correct. But it does not answer the question being asked. Let's see this through an example. The passage mentions brain chemistry briefly. The question asks for the main idea. An answer choice focuses only on chemical processes. Is it true the passage mentions chemistry? Yes. Is it the central thesis? No. Then eliminate. Trap 2, reversal. This is elegant. The answer restates the passage but flips the relationship. Here is an example. The passage argues that sleep actively modifies memory. A trap answer claims sleep merely protects the brain from fatigue. That was the old view. Not the author's position. Reversal detected, eliminate. Trap 3, too narrow/too broad. Main idea questions love this trap. A choice focuses only on paragraph 2. Or it introduces a concept never discussed. If the passage has 4 labeled blocks, the correct answer must reflect all 4. Coverage is your filter. Trap 4 is unsupported inference. Inference does not mean imagination. Inference means logical extension from proof. If the answer requires adding new assumptions, it is wrong. If you cannot underline a supporting sentence, it is wrong. Even if it feels intelligent. Before selecting any answer, ask, where is the proof? Point to it. 1 sentence. Or 2 adjacent sentences. If proof cannot be located, eliminate the option, no exception. High scorers are ruthless with proof. Average scorers negotiate with feelings. Let's see an example. Question, what can be inferred about the passive view? Return to paragraph 1. The passive view treated sleep as preserving connections rather than modifying memory. Inference, it did not account for post-sleep performance improvement. Does the option match that? Select. Does it introduce sleep stages? Eliminate. Does it mention chemical fatigue? Eliminate. Proof controls the selection. The psychological shift. When you depend on intuition, you hesitate. When you depend on proof, you accelerate. The exam is not measuring brilliance. It is measuring disciplined elimination. Final control principle. Correct answers are proven. Wrong answers are plausible. Your job is not to find brilliance. Your job is to destroy plausibility. In the next scene, we integrate structure, question type, and elimination into a full sequence execution. Because mastery is not knowing the steps. It is performing them under time pressure. You now understand structure. You understand question types. You understand trap elimination. But none of that matters if you cannot execute under time pressure. The reading section is not a knowledge test. It is a timed performance system. Today, we run the full sequence. The 18-minute discipline. You have approximately 18 minutes per passage. Not 25, not unlimited. 18. If you mismanage time, accuracy collapses. Minute 0 to 3, structural read, you read for architecture only. Paragraph labels. No highlighting paragraphs, no translation, no rereading. Map built. If you exceed 3 minutes, you are over-processing. Minute 3 to 16, question-driven return, you answer in sequence. Question identifies type, type determines location. Location determines proof, no wandering. No full rereads. Only targeted return. Each question should take approximately 60 to 75 seconds. If one question exceeds 90 seconds, flag it. Move forward. Time discipline preserves overall accuracy. Minute 16 to 18, summary question. The summary question requires structural recall. Return to your paragraph labels. Old view, new evidence, mechanism, or debate, select statements that reflect those 4 blocks. Eliminate details, eliminate examples, eliminate narrow claims, coverage wins. What breaks students under time? Students panic when they see difficult vocabulary. Students freeze when a question feels unclear. Students reread entire paragraphs. This is emotional reading. Emotion consumes time. Procedure conserves it. The discipline rule, if proof is not immediately visible, you are in the wrong paragraph. Return to your labels. Reset, continue. You do not need speed. You need structure, speed emerges from structure. The cognitive advantage. When you operate with a sequence. Map, locate, prove, and eliminate. The exam becomes predictable. Predictability reduces anxiety. Reduced anxiety improves recall and focus. This is neurological efficiency. Another example, imagine. Paragraph 1 is old view. Paragraph 2 is evidence. Paragraph 3 is mechanism. And paragraph 4 is debate. Question 1 is main idea, then you check coverage. Question 2 is detail from paragraph 2. Jump to paragraph 2. Question 3 is vocabulary from paragraph 3. Read surrounding sentence only. Question 4 is inference from paragraph 1. Read last 2 lines of paragraph 1. No confusion, only sequence. High scorers are not reading more carefully. They are reading more strategically. They are not reacting to difficulty. They are executing a procedure. Structure, recognition, proof, and time control. That is the Trinity execution model. In the final scene, you receive the homework protocol that turns this method into habit. Because mastery is not watching. It is repetition. Watching does not raise your score. Understanding does not raise your score. Execution does. This is where most students fail. They consume strategy. They do not train it. Today, you install the repetition protocol. The Trinity homework system. This is not optional practice. It is controlled conditioning. You will complete 3 passages this week. Not randomly. Procedurally. Step 1, Phase 1 only drill, structure conditioning, take a new passage. Do not answer questions. Read for 3 minutes. Label each paragraph in 3 to 7 words. Stop. Check the official explanation or summary. Did your labels match the structural function? If not, adjust. Repeat with a second passage. Your goal is structural recognition in under 180 seconds. Step 2 is question type identification drill, take a question set. Before reading options, label the question type. Main idea, detail, inference, vocabulary, reference, insertion, and summary. Say it out loud. Only then proceed. You are training automatic recognition. Recognition reduces hesitation. Step 3 is proof enforcement drill. For every question you answer, write the line number that proves it. Not mentally. Physically. If you cannot identify proof, eliminate the answer. Even if you selected it correctly. You are training discipline. Not guessing accuracy. Step 4 is time compression simulation. After 2 controlled passages, simulate full timing. 18 minutes. Full sequence map, return, prove, eliminate, no pauses, no interruptions. This conditions performance stability. The mastery principle, repetition creates calm, calm creates clarity, clarity creates speed, speed creates margin. Margin produces elite scores. You are not preparing for a test. You are building a cognitive operating system. What you must avoid: do not reread entire passages after every mistake, translate vocabulary you already understood in context, review answers without identifying trap type. When reviewing errors, ask: was it a structure error? A question type misidentification? A proof failure? Or a trap misrecognition? Correct the process and not the memory. The commitment. For the next 7 days, try 3 passages. Structural labels under 3 minutes. Proof line identified for every answer. One-time simulation. No emotional reading. Only controlled execution. The difference between a 95 and a 120 is not intelligence. It is procedural stability. When structure becomes automatic, the passage loses its power. When proof becomes habit, traps disappear. When time becomes controlled, anxiety dissolves. I am Sloan. We do not read to understand. We read to control. See you in the next session.